green flag goes into the air. It's going to be a side-by-side race all the way through the field as they go down into 1 and 2. Your advantage is going to go to William for the minute. Votaw gets a little bumper horn from the rear of George Egbert as they go side-by-side down the back straightaway.
William Gould takes the race lead coming in tonight, 2 points behind your current points leader of Shelby Williams. The 716 of Votaw way up the speedway. He'll lose multiple spots and a battle for the transfer. The 10 of Barry moves into the second spot. Third belongs to Egbert. Here comes Gavin Smith. He's pressuring the Speed Secret 717 to the inside for the third and final transfer spot with 2 down and 6 to go.
Gavin's not going to cut George Egbert in his face. He wants that transfer position. Look at that left front being toted up in the air. Didn't even touch the ground, and he comes off a 2. Back down into 3 and 4. He's got that thing hooked up and rolling pretty good right to the back bumper of Egbert, the third. Oh, he hits the wall. Comes off a 4 and hits the wall. Now he's out of contention. But look at the 78 of Egbert. He's immediately going to exit the racetrack. No caution on the speedway at the time. But here comes, I believe that's the 78 of Egbert Sr. now on the back bumper of Votaw.
Now you have a battle for the race lead as the number 10 of Brett Berry has closed in on Willie G for the race lead. A look to the inside. Again, they're both in advancing positions, but a heat race win is a heat race win. They'll go side by side down into turns 1 and 2. Gould slides up to the cushion, powers off of it, gets a little bit of real estate as the Egbert battle continues for the third and final transfer position.
Berry drove Gould deep down in there. I think he slid up, put Gould right into the sticky stuff. Gould had the advantage as they come across the line. 2 laps to go that time by. Gould right back up in the sticky stuff. You see that rear end hike up. He's got the forward drive that he needs as he goes down into 3 and 4. Being chased heavy by Berry. Third place in the final transfer, looking pretty good. Dr. Sheets in the air as they race back down into 1.
One final trip around for heat race number 1 of the IMCA Stock Cars presented by Speed Secrets Racing Products. The Willie G Fun Tour comes right through Heart O Texas Speedway. He'll get the win in heat race number 1 for the Speed Secrets IMCA Stock Cars. Barry the second spot.
Place.
Third is going to go to Trevor Egbert.
Oh.
Egbert on Egbert
sneaking
crime
by.
for the third position. The 78 of Trevor Egbert gets the better of George Egbert for the third and final transfer spot. Move the 78, the 10, and the 60 to the A main tonight.
Man, I tell you what, that was a nice move. He kind of set that up going into 3, was able to get the drive, come down the hill, and get up underneath him as George really kind of let the car step away from him a little bit further than he wanted to, I think, Colin, and gave up that position. I know there's going to be a little bit of bench racing going on in that deal.
This is
as
a
they go back to the
stacked
pits.
heat race, guys.
Well, go ahead and read them off.
On to pole heat race number 2. It's the car that did a flipper do last night. That is G.W. Egbert the 4th. The Speed Secrets Outlaw Race Car by 7 Motorsports 717. To his outside, it's Weston Abbey, the CRS suspension, number 12, inside of row 2, Abilene, Texas. Number 26Y of Robert Urian. To his outside, it's Big Red, Brandon Hood in the 1B. Inside of row number 3, it's Tanner Cox, the 233. To his outside, the City Vending, number 13 for Cody Baker. Shelby Williams, our current points leader. The inside of row number 4, Cameron Starry, the defending Dakota Mod Tour IMCA Stock Car champion. In the 8JS, the Starry Farms, number 8S, starts 8th. Final row is Thomas Hall and Paul White, last year's winner here at the Heart O Texas Speedway in the All Star Shootout. Hall of Famer here at the Heart O Texas Speedway.
He is. Egbert now is going to slide back to Weston Abbey. Weston Abbey jumping out to a quick lead. A little bit of smoke coming off the back of Abbey's car. I noticed that when they were rolling around. Further back to that third place position, they're starting to get stacked up there between the 1B of Brandon Hood. Brandon Hood now settling into that position as they race down the back straightaway to 3 and 4.
Tanner Cox with a broken right front. He'll limp it off the speedway. Keep your eyes on that battle for the transfer that is a Bruin. Cameron Starry started 8th. He's up to 4th right now. Cody Baker goes around in turn number 1. The number 13 loops it in turn number 1. And that's going to be the first caution flag of heat race action tonight. Cody Baker in the City Vending, rugburnraceway.com, KB Squared Farms LLC, Dirt Defender Pulse Racing Innovations, number 13C. He goes around and he's going to head to the pits.
I'm not sure that the caution was on the 13C as we have a car stop down here.
Tanner Cox did not make it
Yeah,
all the way off.
he didn't make it all the way off, so we had to throw a caution for him, and I don't know if Baker knows that or not.
Well, here's a game changer. The 8JS of Cameron Starry, a flat right rear. He is into the infield.
He is.
He had gone 8th to 4th thus far, had just got around the 13C of Cody Baker, and now has a right right rear flat. And Starry has had zero luck so far on this tour this weekend.
I don't think they're going to have enough time to get that changed in a heat race.
No, he's going to have work to do in a B main later on tonight. So again, your top three will all advance from these heat races right now. That is the number 12 in control of Weston Abbey. I was speaking about him just a minute ago. Last year at the Boot Hill Speedway, I was talking with Dean Abbey, the oldest of the three Abbey brothers. There's Dean, Jeffrey, and Weston.
Yep.
And Dean told me, as good as Dean is, he wasn't talking about himself, but as good as he is, and as good as Jeffrey is, Weston is the most talented Abbey, is what he told me.
Well, he's the youngest, so
this is a stat that blows my mind that I don't think people understand. Jeffrey's not racing here tonight.
Yeah.
But Jeffrey Abbey is a household name in the IMCA country.
Oh, yeah.
He's 26 years old.
26.
And has over 200 career wins.
Wow. So, ladies and gentlemen, what they'll do is they'll line up one car out front, your leader. Second place has to go to the inside. Third place to the outside in the heat race. Now, when we get to the A main, second place gets to choose top or bottom. So you will see them kind of switch that up a little bit. But in the heat race, they have to be on the bottom. Flagman's got his hand on the blinky light, Colin. We're fixing to go green flag racing. Abbey out front. Egbert, Hood, Baker, who had to pull off. Then we got Starry and Williams, so don't count them out now that the field's bunched up. Abbey's going to hold everybody deep down into 3 and 4. He's going to run down the hill, get back to the skinny pedal, right at the red striped flag tire, and then into one they go with him as the leader. Second, third, side by side. Here comes that 88 JS of Cameron Starry. He's trying to get in that transfer position as they go down into 3 and 4.
That's Shelby Williams working to the inside for the final transfer spot. The 82 Platinum race car to the inside of the Outlaw race car of Egbert. You've got the P1 of Paul White lurking as well. Big run for the 1B of Brandon Hood right now. He came into the night 5th in points. He's 17 points back, so he's going to need a little bit of luck on his side. But the Heart of Texas Speedway is his home track, and he's looking really good right now with the Cadillac Chassis 1B. Your battle for transfer between Egbert, Williams, and White is starting to heat up.
White really had a good run. Oh, he got a car around in the back of the field, and he's upside down the middle of the back straightaway. I believe that is the...
Thomas Hall goes upside down the back straightaway, the number 20 T of Thomas Hall Jr.
We will go red flag. Dear Lord, we just ask right now that you protect that driver. We ask that you bless him and protect him, that he's going to be okay. We'll wait for race officials to let us know if he is or is not. But he got sideways, Colin, as they were coming off with the 26. I believe that's Robert Urine. I can't tell for sure, sitting in the infield. But those two got together, and he got turned nose first into the, let's see what they're calling for. We'll wait on our race officials to let us know if he's okay. We do not have word yet. The car got sideways, nose first into the wall, and upside down the back straightaway right in front of the Heart of Texas Speedway sign. We just ask for everybody, just say a little prayer real quick for our drivers, if you would, please. We haven't heard anything from our race officials, so we will just kind of sit here and wait for a minute, ladies and gentlemen, as we all kind of say a little prayer. Here at the Heart of Texas Speedway, world-renowned racetrack.
And we are getting word that the 20T of Thomas Hall Jr. is okay racing.
Big round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. Big round of applause. Man, Colin, you know, I've been there. It's a scary moment sometimes, and, you know, it could knock the wind out of you. It really knock you unconscious if you bang a bar in there with your helmet. So you just never know. It's always good to see the safety crew on the scene as quick as they do here at Heart of Texas Speedway. And did you know this? We actually have a NASCAR and IndyCar approved fire rescue team here every single week at the Heart of Texas Speedway. Those guys with that truck and the four-wheeler, you'll see them complete fire suits, helmets on. They're ready to just dive in and pull a driver out if need be at any moment. I've had a lot of time and the pleasure to be able to visit with them. And if you guys ever see our safety crew or get a chance, give them a big thank you, as they work very, very hard. But they're NASCAR and IndyCar approved. So they actually do work at the at CATA down in Austin and at the Texas Motor Speedway when NASCAR and IndyCars run there as well. So,
well, welcome into a free live look-in on Facebook on IMCA TV's Facebook page. My name's Colin Bell. Feel free to send me a message and get a shout-out during dead time like this. Geis Mercer to my left, you can reach out to him as well. Looks like Urian's going to be able to continue, but Thomas Hall Jr. going to take a bow in front of a large audience on the Facebook crowd as well as RaceOn.com and IMCA TV. Again, the driver is okay in the number 20T. This is heat race number 2 of your Speed Secrets IMCA stock car division. 38 stock cars here tonight, split into 4 heat races, taking the top 3 from each of those heats to the A.
Yeah.
And then we'll have 2 B mains to settle your 24-car starting field for night number 3 of the All Star Shootout. Tomorrow night, the All Star Shootout will roll over to Kennedale Speedway Park, make about an hour and 7-minute drive up to KSP for championship night of the 2025 All Star Shootout. And it's going to be a good one. Again, we have multiple points battles to speak of for the All Star Shootout right now. Rolling into tonight for the IMCA stock cars, your points leader is sitting on the front straightaway right now. It is the number 82 of Shelby Williams, last night's winner at the Grayson County Speedway. He has a 2-point advantage over your Heat Race 1 winner from tonight, the 60 of William Gould. So Gould's already done his job locking himself into the A tonight. Now Shelby Williams with a little bit of work to do. He currently sits 1 spot out of transfer. Your third place car in the points is PJ Egbert. He transferred. Or actually, he is on the speedway right now as well, I believe. Oh, there are 4 Egbert cars, excuse me. He has not ran his heat race so far tonight. Jeremy Bradley sits 4th, and Brandon Hood is 5th in points. He's 2nd in this race right now.
A buddy of mine, Chris Glenn, just texted in from Facebook as well. So you can send me a message. We'll give him a shout-out real quick as the damaged race car gets cleared off the racetrack. You guys make a bunch of noise over here. He can hear you from here. As they pull that car off the racetrack, tore up his toy. Unfortunately, we'll probably get back going yellow here in just a minute, but you can look me up on Facebook as well. My name is Geis Mercer. I'm the announcer and the voice of Heart O Texas Speedway. It's spelled just like juice, but with a G. I've got a funky chicken on my Facebook page, just being silly. I do a lot of really cool stuff too, Colin. I'm fixing to go next weekend, I believe. I'm going to be in Kittiwah, Kentucky, for a big boating event. I report for a magazine called Poker Runs America. I've also started my own group called Poker Run Mafia, so you'll have to look those up on Instagram. But you can follow us through that as well. And I do some pretty cool stuff, man, other than just racing cars. So Weston Abbey's going to be our leader. Brandon Hood's going to be 2nd. G.W. Egbert's going to be running in 3rd. It's showing Shelby Williams, Paul White, and Thomas Hall as our top 6. They're going to get lined up here.
Well, Paul White has done his job. He started from the 10th place spot in this one, the China Spring Lube. P1 Transport Socorro Ford number P1 for the current active Heart of Texas Speedway Hall of Famer, the legend that is the P1 of Paul White. He got the win here last year in the 2024 All Star Shootout in the iStock division. And that car is tough everywhere he shows up. Paul White is one of the best people in motorsports, but he's also one of the most versatile drivers you'll find. He might be in a factory stock, a stock car, a limited modified, a modified, or a sprint car on any given weekend.
Well, I guarantee you
don't forget a wing modified.
I guarantee you here on Sunday we are racing as the 305 sprint cars will be here Sunday night. Races start at 7 o'clock here at Heart of Texas Speedway, and he will be in his sprint car, stock car, and his IMCA Southern SportMods.
That man ain't scared of nothing, and he is not. He will not have any kind of fatigue issues with that either.
No.
Paul White, my race pass, let's see, it says he is 2 years old. So
2 years old.
That's the humor of Paul right there.
Down the back straightaway, lights are going to go out for Weston Abbey. Hood's right there. So is G.W. Egbert. They're in those top 3. Shelby Williams and Paul White's looking to get in. Paul White's in the preferred position on that top side of the racetrack. Here we go. Skinny pedal down for Abbey. He's going to lead the race. He's going to get the drag race as they go down into 1 and 2. Paul White did not get the restart that he wanted. He kind of got passed by Williams. Now Williams is going to chase down the transfer spot as the space gets tight against the back walls. They go into 3 and 4. Here comes Williams. Williams on the outside looking in. They're still side by side as they come across the start-finish line. 4 laps to go, Colin.
Egbert able to utilize the top side of the speedway to snooker the 1B of Brandon Hood and put him on the bubble. No more insurance for Hood. Now he's got to hold off the current points leader. Paul White digging to the bottom of the speedway. The first car we're seeing down there on the bottom of the speedway in turns 3 and 4.
Paul White don't even need a left front tire through the corners. Look at that thing hike up. He's still trying to get to the back bumper as here comes Williams. Williams now dives down to the inside. A little bit of moisture down there as they come off of 4. They're going to be side by side at the line with 2 to go this time. It looks like Williams got the advantage. He's going to slide across the nose. Here comes back the Brandon Hood and the 1 cars. They're going to be side by side down the back straightaway. I had to look at my deal. I forgot that was Brandon Hood in that car. I apologize, Brandon. Vector sheets in the air for Abby. The race is for the transfer spot further back. Hood still trying to fight his way back in there. Right now it's all Shelby Williams.
Good battle for the transfer, but it looks like it's over down the max straightaway. Weston Abbey going to dominate heat race number 2. The bottom of 3 and 4 is definitely coming in off the turn 4. It's going to be close. Egbert. Oh baby. Egbert got it. Egbert got it by 0.010, and woo. Shelby Williams gets the 3rd spot. But again, it doesn't really matter if you're 2nd or 3rd because you could draw 1 through 12. Last night, Shelby Williams almost flipped in the heat race. Managed to hold on for a 3rd place finish, drew the pole, led every lap. So heat race number 3 for the Speed Secrets IMCA stock cars holding on the speedway. Mason Warren, a graduate from the Junior Limited, is going to be your pole sitter tonight. A Junior Limited winner at the Mod War 100 last September.
To his outside, he's got one of the winningest drivers here at the Heart of Texas Speedway, the 9 of Jason Batt. Don't ever count him out.
Inside of row number 2, it is P.J. Egbert coming in tonight, 3rd in points. The Outlaw Race Car by 7 Motorsports Speed Secrets number 717X. To his outside, Matt Gilliam in the Taco Casa number 50.
A young man that's already won here this year in the 16C, Mr. Cameron Cook. In his outside, the 42 of Bo Collins.
Inside of row number 4, it's the God is Awesome Abilene Race Rads number F4 of Tommy Thane. To his outside, you'll find the 25 of Jeremy Bradley from Odessa. He rides in the Snappy Lube Urian Mobile Home Service Cadillac Racing Chassis number 25.
Last week, a little bit of bad luck went in for Damon Hammond in the 116. He's going to be on that 5th and final row. At his outside, the 22 of Chad King.
Yep, King going to be one to watch from the tail. The King Heating and Air number 22. To his inside, you got the 116 of Damon Hammond, his first appearance this week. He's in the Wild Child Race Car Hitman Designs Dirt Defender number 116. Got the Angry Cookie Monster there on the side. We'll see how much he wants to eat here in heat race number 3.
Pace is picking up as they go through 3 and 4. Lights are out. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Going to be 3 wide. Almost 2 deep as they go across the flag stand back into 1 and 2. Bat around the top side. Here comes Egbert on the bottom side. They're going to be double file as we got 2 cars around in the middle of 2. Caution flag is going to fly.
And that was row number 5. They get together, Damon Hammond and Chad King. The caution flag will come out. Egbert got a great initial start there. The number 717X of PJ Egbert. Again, we got 4 different Egberts racing in the I stocks here tonight.
A lot of Egberts to keep up with.
And then you got the younger Egberts in the Junior Limiteds and the factory stocks now.
Yep. But we did not get a lap in, Collins, so that's going to restack
for
our
Bradley.
field.
Looks like he's got a right front issue. King's going to leave the speedway as well. That'll make it a little bit easier for some of these guys at the tail. That'll be 2 free spots for the 116 of Damon Hammond, the Interstate number 116. But it'll be original restart. We'll see if Mason Warren can get on it just a little bit better this time, as that kid was immensely impressive in the Junior Limiteds. But I'll be honest with you, Junior Limiteds, the stock cars is a pretty big jump for that kiddo, but he's done well in the stock car. Much better restart this time by for the number 37.
Side by side as they race down into 1 and 2. Bat on the top side. Woo. Warren, look at Gilliam trying to get his way. Look on the bottom side as they're 3 wide across the Heart of Texas Speedway sign. Back down into 3 and 4. Bat's got the lead. Here comes P.J. Egbert. He's trying to make it work on the bottom. He's going to get past the 50 of Matt Gilliam as they go into 1 and 2. But he's not done yet as he's looking at Bat. They're going to be side by side now for the lead down the back straightaway. Collins racing hard back down into 3 and 4.
Matt Gilliam has joined the chat. He looks to split him off the exit of turn number 4. He can't do it, but Egbert takes the lead at the stripe. Egbert, Bat, and Gilliam, your 3 transferring cars right now. Here comes Gilliam, set him up, and did it like clockwork. Right across the nose of the number 9 of Bat. see if he can hook the top of the speedway in 3 and 4, and he will. New race leader, it's going to be the 50 of Matt Gilliam.
I don't know, man. They were nose to tail. We have to look at the scoring, but he's got that Taco Casa car wound up around the top. PJ's not letting up as the caution flag comes out. As I see a car at the top of 1 and 2.
That is Tommy Fain. The F4 goes off the top of turn number 2. The Abilene Race Rats got his awesome number F4 machine. Riding to us from Abilene, Texas. One of the best guys in motorsports as well.
I just got a nose full of popcorn. They got the Sugar Shack down there rocking and rolling. They got, for the first time, soft serve ice cream down there. We also want to give a quick shout out before we go back green racing that they do have the All Star Shootout t-shirts available down there at the Wall of Fame here at the world famous Heart O Texas Speedway. $25 for the adults. If you're 2X or bigger, they are a little bit more, $5 more for 30. They got a group of those down there.
Money.
So
I need to give a shout out to Clinton Hull and Dustin Edmonds, as well as Dustin Powers and Bryn Powers. They are all watching on one of our 2 wonderful streaming partners here tonight for night number 3 of the All Star Shootout. Again, my name's Colin Bell. Geis Mercer with me. Send us a message. We'll try to get you a shout out just like that during caution laps as Bo Collins looking for some attention off the exit of turn number 2. He's now back underway. That is Bo Collins, the Hope Concrete, City Concrete, Nicole's Country Store, Angel Materials number 42. He currently sits in the 4th position, 1 spot out of transfer. And that's a caution he doesn't mind seeing too much because your top 3 had pretty well checked out from the rest of the field. Last to unbind the stripe, it is P.J. Egbert credited with the race lead. That caution coming out for Fain, so that lap wasn't completed.
Yep.
The one that was debatable at the flag doesn't happen at all.
I'm going to tell you, Gilliam is happy with this restart with him being up at the moisture on the top side. Here comes P.J. Egbert as he gets back to the skinny pedal. He's going to dive down to the bottom side of the track, kind of do a slider block. Here comes Gilliam, though, and Bat's immediately going to go to the top side and follow him. Here comes, though, the 42 of Bo Collins. Bo Collins is trying to get up. Look at Mason Warren and the 16 of Cameron Cook fighting it out further back.
Keep an eye on the 16C of Cameron Cook. He's working the bottom of the speedway in both sets of corners. He's been a featured race-on driver of the week this year.
Slide Job City.
Flipped that car at Kennedale Speedway, parked it Cameron Cook, then parked it on Victory Slab 3 weeks later. But he's going to need to find some speed. The battle for 3rd now, the final transfer between Collins and Batten is heating up. There's Egbert starting to get away.
Collins setting up for the slide job again. Here comes Bat. Bat knows what's going on. They're going to be side by side off of 2. That's twice that the 42 of Collins has tried to do it. Now Bat goes to the slide blocker lane as he went to the bottom, slides back to the top. That may have worked against him, though, as he's going to give up the spot to Bo Collins. He's going to slide into the transfer going into 1 and 2. Bat's not done with him yet.
On him. Track starting to widen out, and those 2 are showcasing it here tonight. Heat race number 3. This is the battle for the 3rd and final transfer spot. Egbert's gone, Gilliam's gone. The battle between the 42 of Bo Collins and the 9 of the Acrobat. The number 9 of Jason Batt is where your eyes need to be. Batt with momentum. He uses the top of 1 and 2, finds momentum. Can he get it to rotate 3 and 4? No, he can't. Might still get the run he needs, though. A lot of momentum off the top of the speedway. We'll see if he can set him up here. Gets a little bit too loose in turn 1.
Dr. Sheet's already in the air for our leader, P.J. Egbert, as he goes through 3 and 4. If everything works right, he is going to win this heat race, followed up by Matt Gilliam. 3rd place in our final transfer is going to go to the 42 of Bo Collins. Bo did the 2 sliders down in 1 and 2. Bat tried to take it away from him going in 3 and 4, and it didn't quite work as they pull up to each other. I don't know if that's a high five or they're telling each other they're number 1, but they're having a little bit of a discussion there as those guys complete that heat race. Bat just barely got snookered there with the slide jobs as our next heat race rolls out on the racetrack.
Heat race number 4 for the Speed Secrets IMCA Stock Cars, your 4th and final heat race. Your pole sitters Demetrius Carter from Alvarado, Texas, to his outside